Welcome to day 65 of 1,350 days. First off, I made a bit of a mistake with the last couple of videos. I got my days wrong. I knew it would happen at some point. I was a day behind basically. So the last video I said was day 60, it was actually day 61. So this is day 65, that's correct. And the count for today is I've made 5 extra sales. It's around 1,166. Right now, I'm actually at the hypnotherapy clinic I work at, so I'm just going to quickly show you guys around the room. So this is actually a pretty small room. Actually, it's very small, but it's really nice. I actually like this. It's not really a clinic. I rent it from a friend, basically, who's a nutritionist. I was working before at a clinic locally nearby, but it changed owner. And when it changed owner, I decided that I had to leave as the rate I was getting there wasn't particularly good. I had a really good deal before and I have a good deal now actually. Some clinics you can pay just ad hoc per hour. Some want you to pay a sort of retainer, so you retain the room on a weekly or monthly basis. And this new owner wanted too much, so I had to leave. But I got a good deal now and I like this room, it's great. So just showing you this because obviously I mentioned, I think in day 51, something like that, was my, I did a video on my tennis. This is the work I do alongside being an author, alongside being a speaker, that I have to do to support myself as well. Hypnotherapy and tennis coaching. And hypnotherapy now, it's funny, when I first started doing it, I was seeing a lot of clients for stop smoking or weight loss. Now the majority of clients are with anxiety. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick couple of tips if you experience anxiety about anything in particular. This is what I'd advise you to do very quickly. One quick little thing you can always do is if you're feeling anxious about something, if you're worried, anxiety is usually fear of what is to come in the future. And if that's the case, a great question to ask yourself is, where am I now? So, okay, let's say, for example, you've got an interview coming up and you're scared about, you're concerned about screwing it up, forgetting everything you've prepared, etc. The interviewer being intimidating, whatever it might be. Okay, so you're in that moment. And at that point, when you become aware of that, ask yourself, where am I now? And you've got to answer your question. So for me, I'm looking around, I'm in this room, I'm in the clinic where I work at. I can see a chair, comfortable armchair. Outside birds are singing in the trees. There are leaves out there that I can see. And this is immediately now bringing my attention into the room, out of my head and into the room. So that's a great question to ask yourself. Where am I now? And answer it in detail. If you find yourself getting anxious and worried about something, just answer that question. Next thing you want to do is you want to engage yourself. You want to engage your mind. If your mind doesn't have anything to stimulate it, it naturally turns in on itself. And when it turns in on itself, it can almost start to feed on its own thoughts of fear about what might happen in the future. So a great thing to do when you're getting anxious about something is to do something that involves engagement from your mind. This might be exercise, might be calling somebody up, having a conversation, might be reading an engrossing book, it might even be watching something on Netflix, just as long as it's stimulating rather than being a distraction and wasting time. Because when you do something which engages your mind, you just naturally can't feel anxious. The energy is directed towards what you're doing rather than what's going on in your mind. With anxiety, it's all about coming out into the world and not remaining in your head. So I hope that helps if you are feeling anxious about anything. Just thought I'd quickly show you guys the clinic where I'm working at for hypnotherapy. I've now covered hypnotherapy and tennis coaching and my book writing. You've seen me do a bit of speaking as well, so that covers pretty much all bases. And I'll be back possibly on Thursday with another video with day 68. I might have to at some point reduce the schedule to 1 video a week, simply because I've got a lot going on at the moment, and I'd have to prioritize the use of my time. But guys, a great way to make sure I keep making these videos, well, I will keep making them, but with greater frequency, is do like the video, do share this, do subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this but you just watch it regularly but you don't subscribe, my way of knowing that the channel is having an impact and for me to keep making more and more videos is to see those subscriptions come up. So please do subscribe and give it a like, and I will see you most likely for day 68.